Wait a minute, I'm not Brent Musburger. You're looking live at the countdown to the opening or the final. I don't know. Is this the last keynote? Is this it?
Well, it's the last big keynote. They have, midday keynotes and things like that, which aren't quite as big.
This is like the generative AI keynote. And what kind of makes it even bigger is, well, Jensen Huang is going to be a part of this one. So
Well,
it'd be pretty
is he doing this one this morning?
it said he's going to be with CJ Desai.
Okay.
So yeah, and guess who's going to be with us?
Let me guess. Oh, I was going to guess.
Oh, Patrick. No.
Good morning, Rebecca.
Good morning.
We're live.
All right.
So don't say anything undue.
We're live and alive.
Thank God for that.
Wow.
That's a beautiful and existential statement.
Did you get your Patrick pick this morning?
Not yet.
Oh my God. Are you gonna be grumpy? Watch out, CJ Desai, if she hasn't gotten her Patrick fix yet.
You know what? I'm hoping Patrick actually leaves a comment or something for you.
So do you want to do another let's do like a watch party intro thing like we did yesterday?
Well, we're already live. So
it doesn't matter. What's the matter? This is so it's live.
What intro? What are we doing?
Like, you're Brent Leary, I'm Paul.
I thought we kind of did something like that, right? All right. I'm Brent Leary.
I'm Paul Greenberg.
I'm Rebecca Wetterman.
We are PPN.
That's right. We are. We should probably have Anand do his voiceover at that point.
I was trying to channel him.
This is PPN.
Yeah, he's really good at that. He's got that voice.
We could even ask James Earl Jones.
James Earl Jones. Yeah.
He's like 93 still.
Holy cow. God bless him, man. That is probably one of the most recognizable voices on the planet.
I wonder how much he got paid every time they ran that.
I don't know, but it's probably one of the reasons he's 93.
Hey, look who it is.
Oh, they're going to show our interview.
I'm going to turn the sound on.
Turn it up.
20 seconds on the clock for each question. Are you ready?
No.
Did we see this yesterday?
Question number 1.
Yeah, it's all right. Let's do it.
AI. Is it really that big of a deal?
Well,
what is he going to say? No.
AI means that your entire business and operational model has to change to be the business of the future today, then yes, it's not a question. It is that big of a deal, and it's completely transformative. Every business, every organization is going to have to reimagine themselves for an AI-first world.
All right, question 2. How is Gen AI changing or improving customer experience?
With a little imagination and a little customer centricity, we can actually reimagine what a customer experience can be. AI can augment that experience and personalize that experience. We can actually anticipate what experience they're going to want before they know they want it. It's up to us to imagine something entirely new.
Okay, question 3. How does our platform empower customers?
The Now platform allows customers to solve their own problems in the most intuitive, the most engaging, and the most experiential way possible. Customers had to plow through knowledge centers to try to find the right answer, but with AI, we can actually connect the dots to what they need even before they know what they need.
Nice. Question 4. What's an example of generative AI at work?
The thing about generative AI is that it collaborates with the user. So if you want to generate code, if you want to generate workflows, it will actually help you build that. It's about augmentation and working with technology to be more intelligent, be better, smarter, faster, more efficient, and effective.
Wonderful. Question 5. What advice would you give someone curious about generative AI?
The advice I'd give someone is to press pause, take a minute, take a step back. This is an incredible new opportunity. There's no playbook for this. This is a time to actually create your own trajectory, to design the business of the future right now. Take a breath and allow your curiosity and imagination to run wild.
That's it. Thank you, Brian Solis. Oh,
That's kind of funny.
I hope that was not scripted.
I don't think that was scripted.
No, but you never know.
The way he looked up at it, I don't think that.
Yeah.
All right, this is our moment of Zen. Is that what's going on?
Yeah.
We got the nice calming music in the
I didn't find my way for a long time. There were a lot of nights of not knowing where my next meal is going to come from.
Whoa.
I knew from a pretty early age that I was going to do something related to computers and IT.
Tribeca Studios.
It's going to become true. Everything which I dreamt for.
Well, anyway, while this is going on, any thoughts on the first day? I'm going to turn this down.
Rick, you want to start?
What a lot of energy.
Well, that's a thought.
You know, I mean, I think that the show floor is an extension of that, and it is enormous. I thought the announcements yesterday around customer service workflows, and particularly the Genesis deal, is really, really interesting.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, a nice quote in the press release there. Yeah, you had a nice quote in the press release for the Genesis.
Oh, I did? Oh, good.
Yes, you did.
Okay, Brent, what do you got to say in 25 seconds?
A lot of energy. I totally agree with that. I mean, there are a lot more people than I was expecting to be. And just looking at the keynote and even walking around in the halls, a lot of energy, a lot of people. And I will never forget analysts being excited about this event.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
President and Chief Operating Officer, ServiceNow, CJ Desai.
Wow, look at that jacket.
She tried to beat Bill.
Oh, look, they're like crammed in again.
Yeah.
Wow.
First of all, fantastic to be here. We have so many AI innovations that we are going to show you today, products and technologies that are coming throughout this year, and we are really, really excited to show you that.
Okay.
I wanted the title of this keynote to be AI with Desai, but Bill said that's not a good idea. So if we wow you today, I will thank my forefathers, and next year it'll be AI with Desai. Okay? All right. So we are a platform company, and we have kept our guiding principles and technical principles pretty simple. Every single product is built on one architecture and one data model. When you think about the platform, so what is the platform? So the first thing we would say is the ServiceNow Cloud that runs 24/7, 365. So that's the cloud layer. And what we have done in last couple of years, that you have now cloud choice, where you can run ServiceNow in Azure as well as in AWS. When it comes to the platform core, this is the core platform as a service layer, which has all the technologies on which our applications are built, but you can do the same if you want to build applications on ServiceNow. And the major change here is that generative AI models are now native in our platform, on which many applications are built. So that's the one change from last year, and it's available right now.
Yes, that's
and then
where that
finally,
Nvidia partnership comes in.
all of our products or applications are built and prioritized based on the stakeholders that we serve for all of you, whether it's technology, whether it's your HR department, security department, customer service, or for your creators. So those are our workflow applications. Our roadmap is pretty simple. We still do releases every 6 months. These are major releases. I told you last year, I'm not going to pronounce the second one. I just can't.
Oh, it's not that hard. Come
so
on.
the first one,
Xanadu.
It's
It's
a
reference to a poem
and Yokohama
from
would be coming
in
out
Xanadu did
next
Kublai
March.
Khan's stately
And if
pleasure
you are
dome's
thinking,
decree.
Hey, what happens after Z?
I thought it was
At
Olivia
least you should be
Newton-John
thinking,
movie.
at least that's what we are thinking. We start with A again, so that
That
I
was
can be for
Xanax,
India.
too.
Yes? All right. So outside of this, every 6 months releases, we will release AI at a much frequent pace, sometimes every month, as we learn with all of you based on the feedback that you give us when you use Now Assist. Today's show is very simple. We are going to show you the roadmap on our core platform. Then we will go into service management, employee experience, customer service, as in end customer service. And finally, we will end with AI. And we have a special guest today.
That's it.
Who will share with us on where AI is going. Okay? So to start with platform core, I would like to welcome on stage somebody who still looks like this. After 19 years, he actually wrote a lot of core platform code. He still works very hard for all of you. And employee number 9, longest tenured employee.
Oh
who
my
has
God.
been at every single knowledge. Please welcome our Chief Technology Officer, Pat Casey.
Wow. That's impressive. Employee number 9.
Thank you, everybody. So true story, that picture is about 20 years old. And at the time it was taken,
His hair
the
was
whole
great,
company
ain't it?
worked in one little building. And I'm reasonably confident you could have picked up that building and plunked it on this stage with room to spare, the whole building, including the outside. And if you'd asked me back then if I'd ever have a chance to stand up in front of a room like this, talking to an audience like you about, all the cool stuff we've done, I think I would have laughed at you. It was just too far-fetched. I will say it is incredibly humbling to get the opportunity to do that, and it's still exciting, just like it was those 20 years ago. So with that said, I'm going to talk to you about what we do with our platform, what we've been up to. And we have 3 kind of big themes we focused on in the last year. One, scale, just what it sounds like. We want to help you get more stuff done with your instance. Second is performance. When you are doing work in ServiceNow, we want it to be faster and pleasant and work better for you. And the third piece is security. We want to help you get a better security model in place for your system. On the scale front, though, I want to start with a really kind of a cool announcement. We have an entirely new backend for ServiceNow, something called RaptorDB. This is a new database we wrote, which is optimized for both transactional workloads and analytic workloads. And it's specifically optimized.
I never understood exactly why people like that idea. I mean, a raptor's a vicious carnivore.
Done on your instance, and as a side effect, it'll actually be a little bit faster.
I think they take the velociraptor part and think it's velocity.
What
I don't
we did
know.
is we took a regular instance of ServiceNow.
It's really a bad name.
And we threw load at it until it basically broke. And you can break anything. And we got about 35,000 transactions a minute through it, which is a lot. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
We then changed one variable. We swapped out the backend database. We put RaptorDB in there, and we got 93,000 transactions.
Holy crap.
3x the workload.
Wow.
Cheers, I love that.
I know, I do
You
too.
can get more work done on your instance.
Just thinking the
and it
same
also means
thing.
you'll have more headroom on your instance, so especially if you're one of our bigger customers.
Well, the camera guy's got it right today.
Yeah.
It looks like they fixed the camera today, yeah.
Well, I think we played a part in that. I don't doubt that. We alerted them to their problem.
I'm sure we weren't the only
something we all do that's really important.
Well, no, probably we are.
And it doesn't matter if you're a small customer, a medium-sized customer,
At least
or a
I'd like
large
to think
customer,
that.
everybody's upgrade is going to be faster, starting with the Washington upgrade. The benefits are the largest for the largest customers, but some of those top-end customers, we're talking about a 7 or an 8-hour upgrade dropping down to about 2 hours. Really big improvement for you, and you'll see this every time you upgrade. It's not just about the upgrades themselves, though. It's also once you upgrade, we want to make your work faster.
And you'll see
So we
this.
did a bunch of work improving the performance of our workspaces. And every single workspace, and we got a lot of them, got at least a little bit faster. The average workspace, about 25% faster. And some of the high volume ones you see up here, even bigger benefits. If you're a workspace user, when you upgrade to Xanadu, this is partly in Washington, but mostly in Xanadu, your workspaces will run quite a bit faster. This is noticeably
I
different.
always wonder how do they come up with these
It's not
weird
just about some
names for these
specialized
things.
transactions, though. We also invest
Whatever
in the core
appeal. I know they
So if you're one of our
are
really big
doing
customers, you probably
mostly
track the
geographic
transaction response
place.
time. It's an instance
They
of server.
actually
It's kind of
said
the
that's
core
how they
response
named them.
metric in the instance. With our wash
but
system
I don't think
upgrade,
they're
we're seeing
related to
anywhere from about a
anything
20%
specific
to a
to the
45%
release.
improvement in
Like
overall
the
transaction
Washington
response
D.C. release could have
Varies
been
by customer,
Miami. It
but
doesn't really
everybody
matter.
we've seen make
Except
this
it was a
upgrade has
W.
seen a significant
Right.
benefit on the back end response
Oh,
time.
that's true. X. What was the third one though?
It's not just about
Yokohama.
transactions though. It's also about
Right.
helping you
That's
secure
it.
your
You
insights.
got it,
And on
Rebecca.
that front,
She
we're
nailed
making
it.
big investment
You're gonna have to start
WXY.
over.
easier for you to get the right
What's the
security
Z?
model in place.
Maybe we
for your
can
insights.
speculate on the
We've
next
done three
release.
things.
Z.
The first, we added a whole new kind of ACL,
Zoo.
something
Zanzibar?
called Desai and less ACL.
Well,
So
that's.
you don't just have to list every
Do they
possible
are they
positive
continental or are they
condition where something
city?
can happen. You can now tell us
They're
exception
mostly
cases where something
city.
should not
So
be
we have to come up
allowed.
with a city
Makes
starting
it
with.
way
Well,
easier
there's
to put a security
Z.
model in place.
What's it called?
Second, we
I
extended the
can't pronounce
ACL
exactly,
layer
but it's
to
in the
apply to
Netherlands. It's like
queries. You
Zubrik.
can now use security to
Zubrek.
control who can run
Z
queries,
E
which
U
fields
I
you're allowed to
something.
run queries
Every time
on.
I say
And the
ACL
third
on it,
thing is
I
we've
think of
added
Right.
new features
I'm
in
not
all
thinking
of
of
our
this stuff.
table-based
I am
ACL,
with you.
where you
Not my
can
leg.
specify the specific
So I say,
rows
okay.
and columns you want them to apply
Deny
to.
unless you
Either
have a torn
manually.
ACL.
You put all that together, we have got improvements on the platform. It's going to scale better for you, so you can do more work. It's going to perform better for you, so it's going to be faster when you run it.
The thing
and
with
it's gonna be
them, though,
easier
that
for you
I
to secure.
absolutely
So with that said,
genuinely
thank you very
love
much. Please upgrade. And back to you,
is
CJ.
that the platform is completely tied to every other aspect of what they do. It's not like, okay, we
So it
have
was exactly
IT over
6 years
here and we have
ago
the rest over
at this
here. It's
conference,
100%
we created
integrated with
friendship and
everything, and
partnership
as are the
with a very special
ecosystem,
company.
as are everything they do.
I'm
It's
typically very
totally tied
insecure
together.
about my friendships.
Reflected a lot in the
So as
partnership,
our
which
engineering
I'm
teams have
sure they'll get
collaborated
into
quite
a bit here.
I still
I
ask
think the
them,
embargo's
that, are you
over
still
about the one
friends?
from
And can you tell
yesterday.
everybody that we are
9 a.m.
friends?
today.
So
So
we have a
yeah, it's
special
over.
guest who is going to say that we are still working well together. Can we please play the video?
Hopefully this is that one.
Yeah, I saw.
Thank you so much, CJ,
Oh, no.
and thank you to you and Bill for the amazing
This is the one.
partnership. It's fantastic to join you at Knowledge 24, along with so many of our customers and partners.
Virtually, I guess.
We're in the midst of a massive platform
Well,
shift
yes, we're
that will
pre-recorded.
fundamentally transform productivity for every individual, team, organization, and industry.
I love what they're
At
doing with
Microsoft,
Microsoft here.
we are committed to helping our customers adapt and thrive in this new age of AI transformation. That's one reason our long-standing partnership with ServiceNow is even more important today. Over the years, we have brought ServiceNow solutions and services together with the power of our entire tech stack from Azure to Microsoft Teams. And today we are taking the next big step, combining the power of Now Assist and Microsoft Copilot to help our shared customers improve
That was what I was
productivity,
talking
enhance
about.
collaboration, and streamline business processes, whether they're working in the Now Assist chat window or across Microsoft 365. I can't wait to see what you do with these new capabilities. And of course, there's so much more to come. Thank you again for the partnership. I look forward to all we will achieve together in the years ahead.
Well, that's a good. That video looked really good.
Yeah, well, you
So
would
our
expect.
engineering teams have been working really well together. We want to invite and we want to show you some product. Please welcome on stage somebody who actually wanted to be a movie director with somebody like me who wanted to be a comedian to actually show you the products in action between what our teams have been
We
working
can
on
get
for the
Don
past few
Sherman
months
to give him
between
some
Microsoft
training.
Copilot and ServiceNow Assist. Srini Raghavan, 18 years, Vice President of Product, Microsoft Teams.
Yeah, this is the guy who briefed us yesterday.
Oh, look at that. I like the energy there.
Excellent.
Hey,
So,
CJ,
thank you. So, Srini, let's show the demo. All right?
Okay, thank you. Great to be here. So rather than talk about it, we'll just show what we've been working together over the last few months.
I was trying to see what
So
they have
imagine
on.
a scenario where I've been out for a few days and I'm trying to catch up after I come back. So I fire up Microsoft Teams. And right within Teams, you see Copilot. And I ask Copilot to catch me up. And it just pulls out the
Now, just
most
for the
important and relevant
people who might be
highlights
watching
of
this
what I missed.
purpose,
So
at
one
the
thing
moment,
if you
that
notice, I
integration
noticed that it says my laptop has
that
been
he's described
crashing
between Now Assist and
many a time.
Copilot
I
is
need to
limited
submit
to
some
Teams
logs.
on the
So I'm
Microsoft side.
wondering if this is
For
a
now,
great time for me
Satya
to be
made it
able
sound
to
a little
just
more
get
expansive than
an
it is.
upgrade. So I'm going to use the power of
It's
Now
step
Assist
one.
right within Copilot. And if you see the plugin here, Now Assist is actually enabled here. So this is where the magic happens. So I'm going to say, Now Assist, what's the laptop replacement policy? And this is live demo. So there is
Anything can happen.
I like the
very first
a
time that we are
pause as
showing this
screen
on
he
stage.
types. That's
So
these
using
captions are really
Microsoft
something.
Graph
Yeah.
and Now Assist, it goes and scours through all the different KB articles, thousands of KB
It's a
articles,
trademark.
to be able to pull the most relevant information that it can. Not only it tells me what the policy is, but if you notice, it also tells me when my laptop was last issued, as well as that I'm due for an upgrade, which is fantastic. So I'm going to actually say right here, Now Assist,
Okay.
help me order a laptop, a new laptop. There is a typo. Let's see if it works. Even with the typo, with the power of LLM and OpenAI, and as you can see,
So
it just picked up right
correct me if
there.
I'm wrong, but as
It's going
far
to look
as I
for
know,
how do I
and if you
not
guys know
just
anything
order a
else,
new laptop, but hopefully give me an
this is
action
the
call
first
where I can take
example
an
of
action right within
two
Microsoft
different
Teams and with the power of
LLM LLMs and
So right
generative
there, as
AI
you can see, it
programs
just
kind
pulled
of
up an order
not
card.
just
I can start
coexisting,
the
but
order.
actually
Now
collaborating
watch this very carefully,
Adobe
otherwise
did that
you'll
with
miss it if you miss.
Microsoft.
The
with
minute I say
Microsoft
start
also.
order,
So
it's going to
both
hand off
co-pilots.
seamlessly from
All
Yeah,
right, so
Copilot
but they don't
to Now
call theirs
Assist, which is
Copilot.
on the
right.
left-hand rail.
I think they just
So I
say
just
AI
say
assistant.
order a laptop. It switched to Now Assist. And then I have to answer a couple of questions. I see the Surface Laptop 5, which seems to be a very good option. I'm going to say select that laptop and answer just one other question. I think I'm going to go for this 15-inch laptop. It pulled up my home address right from my employee profile right there, which is accessible only for me. Ship to my home and submit the order. And just like that, within 3 to 4 clicks, I just went from Microsoft Teams, Copilot, invoking Now Assist to be able to complete a transaction that would have taken a lot longer.
I think
So
what's
back to
cool
you,
about this
CJ.
is
Hopefully you saw the powerful.
all the data that was coming from Now Assist, it doesn't get stored over in Microsoft. It's just
Right.
they're able to access,
I
which
know
I
you
think is
cannot
the
tell, but
best
my
part of
heart
all this
was
stuff going
racing
on.
as we are trying to
You
do
know,
this
the
live demo, and I'm still shaking.
forerunner of that was
So now
Coveo.
think
That's
about
how they used to do it.
ITSM
They used to
agent
gather what they
persona.
needed into one
This is
place
for ITSM Service Manager, a
from
big deal that we can do
millions of different
deflection. So I come to
sources,
my beautiful
show it,
service desk dashboard,
and then when it was
and I want to
over,
create a
you
data
retained the screen,
visualization
but
on
the
all
data
the
was
things that we are
back where it
deflecting.
was.
Okay.
They never retained any data. They were
Sure, do
very
some name.
advanced
Here
for
is a
their
new
time.
Oh, wow. I can add to the dashboard. Now I see the self-solve rate has gone to 73%, and I can create a presentation for my manager. So Bill, in this case, can send data directly. 1 second, pin on the top row, and create PowerPoint. Come on, come on. All right. So what you saw here
That's pretty cool.
is that
Yeah, that's amazing, actually.
going
If you
from
like PowerPoint.
Teams to Now Assist, amazing engineering collaboration. Past few months, many people haven't slept. Thank you very much, Srini. Thank you very much, Microsoft.
Thank you, CJ. Have a great conference.
Microsoft is really doing it up with the Copilot.
Oh, they ever. Oh my God, they're so smart.
When it comes to innovations in service management, we have three simple things in mind. Number one is how can we improve self-service deflection that you just saw right now while enhancing the agent productivity? So that's number one. Making your digital services more resilient with change. And we have a lot of things coming throughout this year on change intelligence. And most importantly, reduce the backlog that all of you deal with on putting more workflows on ServiceNow platform. So to speak about some of the things with one of the customers who have been trying this for now few months, Now Assist is an organization called Teleperformance. Teleperformance is headquartered in Paris. They provide customer service to the iconic brands in the world, many of yours, 170 countries, 300 languages, and also 500,000 employees who've been trying Now Assist. So please welcome on stage Greg Weiss, SVP of IT and Digital Transformation on the stage.
I never even heard of him. Wow.
500,000 employees.
That's what I
Welcome.
mean.
Thanks for having me.
So, Greg, your scale
Sounds like
is
he's social
huge.
distancing or something.
And when you think
Yeah,
about
it's weird. It's like
teleperformance
yesterday,
at the
McDermott
highest
was
level,
like
given your
hugging and
role,
shaking hands.
what are some of the
And these
challenges you're
guys
solving?
don't get closer than
Well,
20
absolutely.
feet.
So at Teleperformance, we provide
Well, at least
customer
we can
care
see
and
their
other
heads.
digital business services
No,
that are
definitely a
people-led and
positive.
technology-driven.
I'm really
With the
curious
ultimate
now.
goal of providing exceptional customer experiences. Now, in order to do this, we need to ensure that our associates, when they do run into IT issues, get up and running as fast as possible. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, keep going.
No. So get up and running as fast as possible. And so we have 5,000 IT technicians that are supporting over 500,000 users worldwide. And you can imagine the level of complexities with the different IT services and technologies that we need to support that can introduce all kinds of challenges when trying to achieve that goal.
Wait, he said
Totally makes
500,000
sense.
users,
So I remember the call from your team
not a 500,000
that you wanted
employees.
to lean in on
Well, they would
AI.
all be users, right?
Yeah.
Why ServiceNow AI and what you really wanted to do?
Absolutely. So, as part of our digital transformation journey, we wanted to really drive through the platform more transformation. So we deployed process mining, predictive intelligence, and generative AI was a natural next step in that process. And so we looked at the Now Assist solution. We really chose it because it was domain specific and really focused in the services around ITSM and processes that we wanted to deliver. And so that's why we went with the Now Assist product, the time to value and what it could deliver for us.
You're one of our first customers, so thank you. And what are the results, some of the results you have seen so far?
Well, pretty impressive, actually. We went live in December, and since then,
Can you
we've
imagine
actually
if you said,
seen,
well,
from an
it hasn't
end
been
user
all that great.
standpoint, leveraging
That
the
was
generative
I
Q&A
know.
on the Employee Center, we've actually seen increase our deflection rates by 100%.
It's pretty awesome.
We've also, from an agent perspective, from a technician perspective, we've been able to reduce, on average, about 5 to 6 minutes of their time by leveraging chat summarization and resolution notes. In the major incident management area, we've really seen a big improvement here. So on average, we're seeing 25 to 30 minutes of time saved per major incident management, which equates to about 75 hours of productivity per month saved for that major incident management process.
Is he saying
Those are
instant,
phenomenal
instance, or
results,
incident?
And I know we will deliver more for you as
I
we
think it was
enhance
instant,
our
yeah.
functionality
Instance was
throughout
right?
this year.
I couldn't tell.
So
Incident.
given the scale,
I thought he said incident.
Greg,
That's what I thought too.
Well, what's next? We're
But
really
I wasn't
excited
sure.
about continuing the digital transformation journey through the Now platform, focusing on Now Assist, and especially where we can help from an end user experience standpoint within the virtual agent. We're focusing on automation of productivity, as well as change and knowledge management. We're also, looking at the Creator Assist. We're excited about this. We think this will really drive our throughput from a development standpoint and get us, that time to value really improved. We're also, as part of our strategic partnership with ServiceNow and Microsoft, we're moving our instances to the Azure cloud. This further aligns with our overall global technical architecture that we're trying to achieve. And we're now a proud implementation partner of ServiceNow. So we're going to take all of the years of experience that we have at Teleperformance in digital transformation and leverage technology
Captions
and
are
customer
falling a little
workflows
bit
and bring those to our
bad.
current and future
Technical
clients to help
arrhythmia.
drive further digital transformation, really keeping people at the center, people-led and technology-driven.
it's pretty awesome. I still remember you became customer in 22, went live in early 23, and you're one of the first to roll out. Pat Casey tells me you still make the most LLM calls in our cloud. So thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Thanks
Thank
for
you
being
so
here.
much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. So while Amy Loki, our Chief Experience Officer, and Joe Davis walk to the stage, here is what we are going to show you quickly, is that you just saw what Teleperformance has achieved.
Yes,
but
Alan,
with the
thanks.
functionality
Thanks,
that is
Alan.
coming this year,
He's our
what we are
ITS,
trying to
our
do is
local
make it
ITSM
easy
expert.
for you to reduce your backlog, digitize the processes, make it available via Now Assist, and then see that how it really improves your MTTR and all other metrics that you care about. So behind the scene, one of the biggest complaints we get from many of you, CJ, we are trying to figure out our hardware return policy. COVID is behind us. We want to reclaim software licenses. And some of us have been working on, okay, what does that process look like? So I have a very high-tech guest who is going to actually be coming on the stage. Can we please bring the whiteboard? All right. So the point here is, once you have defined the process, which takes a lot of work based on your own processes, mechanics, and everything you're solving for, how can we make it super easy for you to create a workflow and do the process? So Joe is going to show you that also live. So Joe, go ahead.
Thank you, CJ. So we've added a new input type to Now Assist. You can take a picture. So I'll take a picture of this process on this whiteboard right here. Okay, I'm going to upload it to this machine. I'm going to give it a friendly name.
Trying to see, what is that on the back of those laptops?
If we jump to the workstation here, I'm going to create a new playbook, and I'm in our new workflow studio. And I'm going to select that image that we just took. And instead of having to go find a developer and wait hours or days or weeks for them to create a process out of this, with Now Assist, I can do this in seconds. So we go ahead and kick that process off. And we're identifying the image and converting that into workflow constructs. And we can do that immediately. You can see the process here.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
That helped me get started really quickly. As you can see that it doesn't end there. You can continue to use Now Assist to build out the
I think that's a ServiceNow
I'll show
logo.
you a couple quick examples. You can use Flow to build out a flow step. And so I can just use natural language. And in this case, what I'm asking for is to do some database lookups and to send an email notification to the employee depending on the results. And I'm just using natural language. A lot of people can access the technology using natural language. You don't have to learn the individual constructs and primitives of the workflow system. You can see we created a workflow really quickly as well. So it's not just about low code. We also have access to the full coding environment on the platform as well. So we can also come in here, and we're very excited to build code edit and code refactor so that you can use Now Assist to also improve all of your existing code. And what you're seeing here is it's recommending code changes in green, and the old code it's going to delete in red. I'm going to go ahead and accept that. You can see that what we're seeing here is this is going to turbocharge development. And really, everyone can use a whiteboard. Everyone can use a camera. Everyone can build a workflow on ServiceNow.
That's pretty impressive.
All right.
Wow.
And I'm excited to share with you how everyone can benefit from this process. And before I do, I first want to say thank you to Teleperformance. They've let us use their beautiful brand to do this demo. They're not quite yet using all of this functionality, but I'm sure they will soon. All right, so as an employee of Teleperformance, I go to my employee center at home, and recently I've been having some issues with my device, and my presentation software keeps crashing, but I haven't had time to deal with it. I've been getting ready for a big presentation. So when I come in here and I open my assistant, which is branded Isabella, I can see that it has proactively detected that I've been having these issues with my presentation software crashing. And it can be resolved simply with an operating system upgrade. So looks like I can schedule this at a good time. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm a little busy right now though, so I'm busy. Do this later. Okay, let's see what Isabella can do. Great. So Isabella can actually look at my calendar, determine that I've got a break at noon. So that sounds like a good idea.
Enterprise Rabbit.
Okay, and because of our integrations, Isabella can connect with my Outlook calendar and book a reminder.
Neither Enterprise Rabbit or Enterprise Human.
Process that also identifies I've got some software on my machine that I haven't used in a while, and that's costing my company a considerable amount of money. I don't need these, so I can go ahead and relinquish them. Okay. Now, Isabella makes another proactive suggestion. People in my role tend to use Microsoft Project, and that would be a great software for me to get installed too. So I would like to go ahead and take this time to get Project as well. Great, so that's been super helpful, but I just realized I've got a call at noon. That time that I scheduled, it's not gonna work. I hope I can change that.
I'll be really happy when we actually can just use our voice and not have to type all the time.
And effortlessly, that meeting has been changed. And not only
Sadly,
that,
if
there's a proactive
Apple
suggestion
dictation
again.
is
There's a
any
great
indicator
company
of
event
that,
happening next week.
it's gonna be a long
Celebrating an
time.
important
Yeah,
culture
quite a
for
while.
my teammates.
Yeah,
It
but
looks
look,
like
I
I can go
mean,
to that.
we're seeing
I'd
this
like to
for the
go ahead
most
and
part
register.
do really well with this caption
Okay, that's it.
in real
Problem
time.
solved.
So
Everything is going to
I'm
get taken
wondering
care of
why
for me at a
and
time
this
that's
is
convenient. I'm
just a
stoked.
general thought. Why aren't we able to use our voice at this point?
I just think they're not
So when Amy did the
they're
upgrade
not
they
at the
just
level where
launched, she
they're
also
accurately
installed a new video
hearing things. Like
conferencing app.
even there,
And since we just
there was
launched this app,
as
I
funny as
actually
it
had to
was.
spend a lot of time
If you see the word
troubleshooting,
technical
and
arrhythmia
it was
as
just
what
out
it
of
was
permission
translated to, that
settings.
literally could create a
So
massive
I
problem
know though this
if
is
it actually
only the
gets
first of
translated
many,
into
and
something.
our team is going to get flooded with this
I
exact
guess it
same
depends on
request.
what you're.
So
You're
how do
right.
I
Oh,
prevent this?
yeah.
First,
I
let's
agree.
resolve
I
the
mean, I think
ticket so I can log
what
the
you're
solution provider.
proposing is
With
optimal.
Now Assist, you
I
can
just
see
don't
that it generated the
know that
resolution
things are
note
ready
for me,
there yet.
saving me
That
time.
good or good enough for it.
You know, I think we can push it a little
It's
further.
the right idea, though.
I can ask Now Assist to generate a knowledge base article for me. It takes the entire content of the incident, summarizes it, and generates the article. There you go. Let me see. I can still make edits, but as you can see, it did the heavy lifting for me. So it would take at least 30 minutes, now done in seconds. And everyone is able to self-service, including the chatbot that you saw who can automatically help people like Amy. Employees are happy, and I free up time to do actual complex cases.
Thank you very much, Victoria. So this was live code. We are really excited to be shipping throughout this year, which I'll share a little bit later on the timelines for it. Now, next moving to employee experience. HR departments,
One of
global
the
business services
things
are
on the employee
inundated with many,
experience
many
side is they've
requests.
trained the
We want to
model.
create a
So if
simple
you
engagement
ask
layer and
Now
help out with
Assist
many self-service requests. So
a
we want to
sensitive
always
question,
improve
like if you
employee
say, tell
experience
me
for you,
about sexual
and of course,
harassment or something
HR
like
or
that, not
GBS
just a
agent
standard HR
productivity.
question,
We are also
it
trying to
flags it
enhance
and
the talent
escalates you
acquisition
directly to a
process,
human being.
including
So it
onboarding
won't let
and development
the
of the
AI
talent.
potentially take a stab at
this
a
hybrid
question
work
that could get them in
environment,
trouble.
how can we evolve the
Also
workplace
like
so that it's
a
more
rag
collaborative?
kind of thing.
Yeah.
You see this, then
To
go
tell
to
you
Exactly.
what
Yeah.
they have been doing
And
this with
because
our
these are
HR
masters at
SDs in our HR service
workflows
delivery
and
product.
business rules
I
and
would
the
like
like,
to welcome on
if
stage
the proper
somebody
channels
who
are set
works
up
for an
pretty
iconic
easily, I
company,
imagine.
is
Right.
head of talent and employee experience. Please welcome Janine Carlucci, who also just recently got promoted at JP Morgan Chase. Janine?
There you go. And imply it's directly because of ServiceNow. I mean, it's actually what you should do.
All right.
How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you. So,
Don't
Janine, given
Now
the
we
scope
got
of your role,
plenty of headroom for.
tell us
They need a security
what
guard
are
to
some of the
separate them a
challenges
little
you're trying to
further, though.
solve for JP and the scale?
It's
Well,
just
let me
funny.
just start
They
with,
massive.
first of all, I'm
Okay,
honored to
sorry,
be
there.
here. Thank you for having me. I get the great pleasure of leading 310,000 employees across 65 countries every single day, and I really try my hardest to treat them like customers. So hearing everything that's going on here is actually super impactful for us. And what I'm really focused on now is
Actually,
all the
Brent, to your
experience with
point
how
about
we
the
bring people
captions,
into the
you
company,
know what the most
develop
interesting
them,
thing about the
upskill them,
real-time
and make
captions
them have
is?
great careers.
Senses
We're
like
also extending
Victoria and
that to
Amy exit.
everyday
I mean, how are
experiences.
they
We're
know?
calling
How's the
it at
captions
JP
know
Morgan
that?
Chase.
I'm saying
So thinking
they're
of things
doing
around
some really
the
interesting stuff
buildings you
in
work
the
in, the
captions that
technology you use, the
I
sense of
would think
belonging you
voice has
have.
got to
We're
be
really
getting
trying
pretty
to take a
close to
real
being able to
end-to-end
do this.
view
If they're,
I
and
mean,
work on
it's
the
picking
inside
Oh,
up.
Brent,
totally
you know it's just
differently,
a bunch of
as I like to
monkeys
call it,
typing
to take the
everything.
boundaries away and focus on that employee
I
as
want
our
the
customer.
voice.
Depends on which
And
monkeys.
Janine,
Spider
I personally
monkeys,
love, so I use Chase. Your mobile app is great.
Malabar
And in our first meeting, you
monkeys.
said, we want to treat our employees like we treat our customers, right? So why ServiceNow? And what did you plan to accomplish with ServiceNow?
You know, I thought about this question a little bit because I should have done this sooner. I didn't get a chance to completely influence everyone at the right scale, but we went to the cloud first and did a great job moving all of our 60 platforms to one. We
Jeez.
then took a step back, zoomed out, and said, if we really want to do this across technology, CAO, compliance, and HR, we needed a layer on top. And what we're calling is integration as the name of the game. And ServiceNow really started to do that. So we went after help first, and we have like 325,000 hours that employees are spending on doing or looking for questions, trying to get answers, looking for different things. So really taking that zoom out and going forward with this was something that I thought was a really powerful step for us as a
She's a
company.
good
Lori,
customer to
Jamie,
have on
Robin,
stage.
they've
Yeah,
all
she
allowed
is.
us to do it, and it's been really pretty
Utterly
amazing to
coherent.
get started on this journey
Yeah,
with you all.
Completely.
Pretty awesome.
And
I
energy.
still remember when you went live, you're excited and delighted. So what are some of the results you are seeing from an employee perspective?
You know, when I get stepped back, one of the things we talk about all the time is what gets measured gets done. And cohesion is the word we're using as it relates to that. So we're trying to take friction out of the way we work. We're trying to make sure we're using the data strategy we have to fuel personalized experiences. Obviously, ServiceNow is a key component to that. And as we think about the 80,000 people or so, because it's plus or minus every year, that we onboard and the reputation that we have as
That we
one of the greatest
onboard
companies in the
every
world,
year.
we really want to focus
what
a
she
lot
said.
on
She
the onboarding
kidding?
experience, because if we can get you through
Oh
the
my
doors
God.
and you feel exactly like the brand of JP Morgan Chase, we can continue that journey with you as we keep
Holy
going and move forward with you through the rest
cow.
of
Oh,
those
you think about
experiences
all
and the
the
life
branches
cycle
and all
of the
the.
way the moments that matter for you
I
for you
know
at
it's
JP Morgan.
I wonder
That is
that
pretty
means how many
awesome. You know,
people
when
are
you
they
told me 80 to
offboarding
90,000
because they're
employees that,
yeah.
that you onboard, that's
Well, she said
7,000-ish
325,000
per month.
employees.
It's
So
close to 2,000 a week.
there's
That's
probably a lot
400
of
a day. And
Thank you for
people
the
going and
scorecard.
coming at the same
yes,
time.
thank you. And we want to help you improve that. But just give us on onboarding. That's the next thing you want to solve with ServiceNow. What are some of
the
how
one
many
thing I
steps that an
do
employee go through? And we very
nuance
want
is
to
what we
simplify
kind
this.
of talked about
Absolutely.
yesterday.
So
There's still a
when
little
we
too much
onboard new
of
employees into
it's
JP
us
Morgan Chase, I hate to
ServiceNow
say this,
and
but we do
like
have a lot of
everything is
friction
geared
because of,
to
like I
how
mentioned, the life
ServiceNow is
cycle we
doing
go through.
this.
We've done a service
Rather
design
than
and looked
let
at
the
about
customers kind of let
525
you know that,
tasks,
as
18 different
opposed to you keep
applications,
asking them
64
that over and
policies
over
people
and
have to
over again.
read. So our
It's just a
zoom out
little
with
thing,
this
but
has
it's
a real
there.
reimagined
But I'm
aspect
guessing
to
they're
it that we're
kind
really
of doing
looking
that
forward
because
to,
they are
because we
limited
get
on
that
time
chance to
for you.
I
really
know.
take the
It's just
workflow to a whole
again,
different
one
level.
track.
And like I said, integrate
what was
across
it?
JP Morgan Chase
She's
so
good.
that
She
employees
doesn't
feel
need a
just
lot of
as center as
prompting.
the customer.
No.
Of the way
Pretty
we work.
awesome.
No, that's the
Excited
thing.
to partner with you.
This one's
Please thank
natural.
Robin and the team. And thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Janine Carlucci, ladies
Thank
and
you.
gentlemen.
Speaking
JP
of
Morgan
prompting,
Chase.
we haven't heard much about prompting at all, or prompt engineering and stuff at all. It's interesting.
We also want to give a shout out to one of our awesome customers. That's Calanova brand. My son used to eat waffle every single day and Pop-Tart every Monday.
Nice.
So we have a special giveaway from our Calanova team. Can we focus on our Calanova team? Thank you very
Are we
much
missing Pop-Tarts?
for treating
What
all
are
of
we
you.
missing?
If you see in front of
Yesterday,
you,
now
there
we're
will
getting
be some
Pop-Tarts?
envelope with some special treats from Calanova brand. You can use it later on for their
Look at
successful
all those people.
employee experience.
Jesus.
Go live.
It's just
All right.
I guess I'm a little freaked out still. I'm not
So
ready
our
for sitting that
next
close to that
chapter
big
is around
How many people do they say are here?
customer service.
20,000?
They
When
well,
it
I've
comes
heard
to end customer
16,
service, as in
18,
your
and 20
customers,
at
and when
varying
I say your
points.
customers, again,
So
your
say
end
between
customers,
15 and
not your
20.
employees. We have
And according to Bill McDermott
prioritized
yesterday, and millions
things
watching.
here. The first thing is just improve customer experience via self-service, like we saw with IT.
So
We
Mark
also
Benioff
want
says the
to
same thing.
make sure
Yeah, he'll
that
say
we
tens of millions
optimize
now.
the
Yeah,
customer service
that's right. Scaling.
agent experience for the contact center
It's the oprification of
and
the concept,
transform
Alan.
the lead to order
You
process
get a pop up.
by
You
providing
get a pop top.
middle
Yeah, that's
office
right.
sales workflows, what we call sales and order management. So to speak about this, I'm delighted to welcome from one of the most iconic companies in the world, 165 years in business, 40 billion in revenue, 30,000 employees, 15,000 agents who work for them. She has been Hall of Fame CIO, also top 50 women leader from Travelers Insurance. Please welcome Moj Khan, EVP, CTO, and CEO. Moj Khan, please welcome.
Yeah.
What?
Title.
How many titles?
Yeah, there's a lot of titles, huh?
CTO, EVP.
Thank you.
You got
Yeah.
the umbrella.
I see your calls
Look at this.
clearly. So there is
She
a message
actually
here. What would you like
she
to
actually
share with us?
defeated the captions.
So as you said, Travelers provides auto,
That's the
home,
two
and
titles. They didn't even get her name.
but
Her
we're also
name
known
is
Yeah.
for our
hard.
iconic
Mojka.
red umbrella and for the Travelers Championship, which is one of the top 4
Well,
signature
but they got her
events
name
of
spelled
the
correctly in
Now
that.
they do.
So if you look
Well,
on
they
the
saw the visual. That probably
Some
helped.
of you are going to see an envelope.
There's something
that has
about this
a red
caption
ticket in
system
it.
that's really
You can
interesting.
exchange that at the
Like,
expo, either for
I'm
one of
waiting for
these
somebody to come on speaking a
or
different
some of
language,
these
and it'll
golf
kick
balls
it.
that are also championship golf balls. And there are,
So
these
they're
are
getting
yours,
golf
by the way,
balls now.
CJ. And there's also 4 lucky winners who are going to have a ticket
Of
for
free
2
insurance.
people to this year's championship, which is June 17th to the 23rd in Cromwell, Connecticut. There you go.
Wow.
All right.
So
So
cake pops,
that's very generous of you,
Pop-Tarts,
Marcy.
golf balls.
That's very generous of
We're
you.
really
that
missing out.
Hopefully, I get a ticket and I get a
Missing
chance
out on
to
calories,
be
that's
in
for sure.
Cromwell, Connecticut as well. So Mujgan, you have a very massive
The
role.
question
Can
is
you
a
just give us
Pop-Tart or a,
scope of your role at
what was the
Travelers?
other thing
Sure.
yesterday?
So I say, look,
Cake
it's
pop.
everything
Cake pop
technology
worth the
from
calories.
our back-end
Are they
claim and
good enough
underwriting
to be worth the
system to
Cake pop,
calories?
our
I'd like to try
customer
out. I'll be
solutions, and then everything operations, so customer service, billing, business resiliency, and this is for our 6 million customers.
That's a lot of customers. So tell us what problem you were trying to solve for claims, which is a core part, claims processing, in the moments that matter. You were trying to solve, and why you chose ServiceNow.
Look, at its core, delivering the traveler's promise is really being there for our customers at the most important moment, which is during a claim. And so at that moment, our claim professionals are not only doing the technical parts of their job, but they've got to be there with empathy and provide clarity and really reduce the duress that's on our customers. And so it's really important to us to make sure that we provide them with an environment that allows them to do that job effectively, and that's what we're in the process of doing, really creating those platforms for them.
Yeah, so because if I'm calling for a claim, then you want your claims professional to be servicing me rather than worrying about technology. So I know you evaluated many solutions, but why did the team choose ServiceNow?
So you know, as we've been modernizing,
So we got
having
20
a
minutes
modern
to go.
architecture, and you
I'm
talked about
guessing
this
that will
earlier,
be taken
CJ,
up soon with
has been
Jensen.
critical. We want to make sure, first of all, we want to make sure
Well, I
we
think
buy
he's
a
on
partner
number
if we don't have to build ourselves
4.
when viable. And we want to make sure that
Customer use
everything
case,
is
Yeah,
cloud
customer.
native
What
and
they
really
do, 5
based
yesterday?
on a modern
Yeah, it's 5
architecture,
today, I
data
think, and the
architecture,
5th one
data
is,
model.
you know,
And so
the
when it
guest.
comes to orchestrating the
I
claim
guess we
throughout
won't
its
give it
life
away since
cycle
pretty
and
sure we
really
know what it is.
having visibility into the status of the claim, I'd say the ServiceNow platform was absolutely perfect, you know, aligned very much to what we were looking for.
That's pretty awesome because claims orchestration.
I mean, ServiceNow, even early days, well, beginning, let's say, of CSM, really, ITSM is kind of generic, but the beginning of CSM was built things like insurance companies.
My last
So it was like
question is,
perfect for them,
claims is one of
always.
these. What next?
So, and as you know, we've also doing a lot, you know, with IT, ITSM, ITOC, and so on. And so we're really in the process of continuing to serve that. I just also talked about some of the Gen AI capabilities that you guys have claimed. We're on our way. We're also doing some proofs of concepts in underwriting and operations. Looks very promising, so we'll be talking. And of course, you know, as everybody else, we are exploring AI. We've got quite a few things that we ourselves, from a Gen AI and large language model perspective, are in different parts of like development and rolling out. But we're also very keen to really leverage anything that you embed in the platform, CJ.
That's pretty awesome. You're a very humble person. CIO Hall of Fame from 2022. Thank you for being here.
Thank you
and
for having me.
from being a great
I
customer.
had no idea they had a
Thank
Hall of
you.
Fame
Thank you very much.
CIOs.
Is that a ServiceNow thing?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Maybe CIO
Okay,
magazine.
So now
man.
about
Magazine seems to
AI.
have halls of fame.
And in this final chapter, I just want to outline, first of all, what is our very simple strategy. Our simple strategy is intelligent workflows in the flow of
What
work.
they do have, and they've had it both
We just
days,
want to make
their
the workflows that
customers
you are using,
on stage are really
work
articulate
in the
customers.
flow of
All of them.
work.
They haven't missed
That's our
yet,
strategy. Now,
which is
how
very
will
unusual.
we execute on this strategy? The execution is
Well, they
also
kept them
very
nice and
simple.
tight too.
Yeah.
Last year, I shared with you some domain-specific models and few other things.
Yep.
But our first thing is we are going to create our own models. We already have. We're going to create our own models. We are going to release them via Now Assist based on the use case. And then we will make sure that those intelligent workflows get executed for you once you use Now Assist. So that's our strategy. radar models, make them enable via Now Assist so that you can have intelligent
That's a
end-to-end
nice way to,
execution.
easy way to
So let's
put
talk
it.
about Gen AI models.
Understandable too.
We absolutely love open source community. We take the best model that is available.
Oh,
We
they're going to
will
acquire
fine-tune
Sugar
it,
CRM.
and then most importantly, for ServiceNow use cases and ServiceNow data types, we will train these models so that you don't have to train this model. These are models.
By the way, that's not a rumor, everybody.
Say,
It's not real. I made
case
that up.
summarization or
Just to be
incident
clear.
resolution, or creating a KB
I
article,
was kidding.
or picking multiple KB articles
But you
and
do need a lot of
summarizing
sugar
into
for the
one.
cake pops.
So we will take the best
They all know they already have it.
models combined with use case specific models and run that, as I showed earlier, in ServiceNow Cloud. Through this massive open source community, we have a fantastic team at ServiceNow when it comes to AI, from research, science, applied teams, engineering teams, platform teams, and experience teams. So that's what we are going to do. Why does that matter? When the models are very specific to our use cases, first of all, your data does not leave ServiceNow instance. Number two, they run faster because the models are smaller. Otherwise, the large models still you will see a lot of latency versus you saw today how fast it is.
Yeah.
The accuracy is high, and of course, your data remains private. So that's why it matters. This is behind the scene. We continue to work, Joe Davis and the team continue to work behind the scene to create these models. However, if you say, and some of you have said this to us, that we want to bring our own models, we want to use, we have done this, we have done that particular hyperscaler, totally fine. If you want to bring your own model, you can, and it can be either an and or an or. So we currently support OpenAI, we support Microsoft, we support Google, Watson X, and others. But if you decide to do so, that you will have invested a lot in language models, ServiceNow will connect to the models that you have running within your premises. That's totally fine. But we believe that our use case specific models is a unique thing for your use cases that you use on ServiceNow. Now, the second piece that I will say on Now Assist roadmap, the teams are working really hard. It's a very aggressive roadmap. And you see on the left, in the middle, and on the right, throughout this years, you will see Now Assist being enabled for some of the key products that are in use by all of you. And what Joe Davis showed, I'm now going to share some dates with you on generation roadmap. Our goal is to
The
make
second
sure
half of
that every
2024 on the
object
far
in
right is
ServiceNow
very
platform
much
can be
supply chain
generated
oriented.
using either a
Which
text
is
or an
cool
image.
because
Okay, that's our goal. So
supply chain is
multimodal,
getting to be even more
language
important than it
models,
already is.
multimodal models,
Yep.
however you want to say it. We release code generation. Now, as you
And
saw, Joe
for
showed
them,
ability to edit
that's
it. You can generate
to
workflow.
make the
You can
case that
generate
they're platform of
scope,
platforms and
integration
end to
scope,
end.
and so on. This is a
Mission
very,
critical
very
they get that
aggressive
one done.
roadmap that we are going to execute on.
It's funny how Adobe is talking
That's what
about
we are
content supply
really
chain,
excited
but
about.
their
You can
AI
just
is kind
type
of geared
text
towards
or
that.
you really focus on
Theirs is
process
real
engineering
supply. Well,
or
I say real, but
re-engineering.
Right.
physical.
No, I
Really
understand.
worry
Yeah.
about writing the code. Now, intelligent workflows. So what do we mean by that? There are three aspects to intelligent workflows. First, because it's a knowledge conference, we are really excited to share Knowledge Graph today. So Knowledge Graph is a new technology. All of your asset repository, your
AI
processes,
created Amy
service
Loki.
requests, integrations is already in ServiceNow.
Oh, I didn't even
We
put
want
that
to
up.
leverage this
Yeah, that's her.
knowledge. We are also, as Joe Davis showed yesterday in Bill's keynote, be able to connect to your SharePoint sites and many other third-party sites, and we're going to make that very easy this year. But if somebody's requesting
Platform
a
of
laptop, right? So
platforms.
say Amy is requesting a laptop, we already know that Amy has another laptop that she has not returned. Amy also has phone
Figma.
that's active, some monitors. She's using some software. She's not using some software. We already know a lot about Amy from technology perspective. In terms of integration, given they are all built in ServiceNow from an engagement layer like Janine talked about, we also know quite a bit that when somebody requests a 401k match, requests time off, booking travel, expense report in Concur, we know quite a bit. And then when it comes to people hierarchy, We also know the management hierarchy of Amy. Who does she collaborate with?
This is actually pretty
Thank
cool.
you for making me look handsome, Amy. I appreciate that. So we know
That's
all
him.
those details.
Look at this hair is literally up.
What is knowledge graph for us? This is going to fundamentally change that once you have knowledge, including in ServiceNow and
See, when you
third-party
visualize
systems,
that stuff like
you
this,
apply
it's
that
really cool.
context to intelligence, and then you act using workflow. So Amy, I know that Jenny
You know what's
talked about
interesting?
onboarding, and we
That it
show
avoided a lot of the
of onboarding done beautifully
personal, cultural
Right.
kind of
So we're
details,
really excited
and
to
still
share with you
managed to
more
pull
about
off
intelligent
highly
workflows. Our
personal.
knowledge graph can deliver proactive, personalized, and most importantly, actionable AI experiences to employees. And those are intelligent workflows.
Yeah.
Last year, we brought you Now Assist. This year, we're bringing you My Assist. We are redefining the employee experience with My Assist, which is the personalized assistant for work. So let's take Mira. Mira is a manager of an ITS team, and she is starting on her first day of work at ServiceNow. She opens up her ServiceNow mobile app to continue her onboarding journey. Now, before she can get into the office on her first day, she needs her employee badge. My Assist takes Mira's photo from her passport photo that she uploaded during her employment verification, sprinkles in some AI magic, and creates a beautiful badge
That's a
photo.
passport photo?
Mira happily uses this
Yeah.
picture. It looks 10 times better than the original passport photo.
Yeah, that's what.
My Assist generates this beautiful digital badge, which gives her access to the office. But there's more. My Assist also creates an avatar of Mira, which is a really fun employee perk. She loves it. And My Assist publishes that image out to all of the applications that
Not
she
on our
uses
passport,
for work.
though. That's for sure.
Next, Mira can also customize the look of her application, choosing from a company executive to personify her AI assistant. After reviewing all these really fantastic looking executives,
So
she chooses
hysterical.
Chris Getty because he is the leader
You can
of
make
her
Bill
organization.
your assistant.
Chris is going to give Mira exceptional service. My Assist proactively suggests that based on her location at home, it's time to head into the office. And she is ready to go. She's got her digital badge. Okay, so let's fast forward, and Mira gets to the office before her orientation, opens up her new laptop, sees her beautiful Employee Center homepage with My Assist ready to help. My Assist has already given her access to the most important tools that she'll need to do her job. But Mira really likes to roll up her sleeves and help out her team and troubleshoot employee issues herself. She finds out that her team's using ScreenMeet, and My Assist can just install it for her immediately. My
ScreenMeet.
Assist suggests a few other things she can do to onboard, but there's been something that's giving Mira a little bit of anxiety on her first day. She already booked a vacation. She's not sure if she can take it. So using enterprise-wide search, My Assist answers her question, pulling together information from multiple sources like knowledge base articles, the holiday calendar, even a file stored
Do
on
you
Box.
remember a company years ago called
So
Reardon
My Assist
Commerce?
anxiety is relieved. She can take
All
that
right. You
time
remember what
off
they
and
did?
move back to
It was
her
kind of
home.
like they had
Who wants to know what's
300,000
typical for team meetings?
resources that you had access to, and it, with your single sign-on, it localized and personalized the sources that you would use, the services you would use. I can see that as an amazing and much easier to actually do via this use case. It's kind of like the, do the task, take the action, know the person, deal with the specific services stuff. What Reardon did, and it took a lot of work and very expensive, this could do as a use case here. I mean, this specifically, what's going on here.
Her homepage.
It's not just a matter of internal office. It's like, I'm going to the airport, I need a car, blah, 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 all those things.
And My Assist can gather all the most
Adding that
important
to this
sources, and she
is
can pin those
explosive.
too for future reference. Now, one thing that My Assist can do here is proactively detect that Mira does not yet have access to these documents. So My Assist can act as her proxy, going out and asking her team to grant her access to those documents so she can get into them when she needs them. Next, in their conversation, My Assist prompts Mira to send a welcome email to her team. It can easily draft a message. Mira can make a few changes, even adding a photo of her family for a personal touch. And that's a beautiful family. She can send the email, And then my assist knows it's just about time for her orientation. She better get up and start moving, and can show her exactly the way to get to that
Their
meeting.
demos have been really
So
good.
Mira thinks of one last thing she
No
wants to know.
glitches, everything
What
kind of
should she
works
know about her
smoothly.
manager, Chris Betty? My Assist summarizes a helpful snippet of information about Chris Betty, the Chief Digital Information Officer of ServiceNow. My Assist provides helpful links like his LinkedIn profile, even his latest town hall presentation. And even better, My Assist can pull together a number of photos from employee posts, seeing one that she loves in particular where Chris serves tacos to his team at lunch. What a fantastic culture he's built. Now that's worth favoriting. So that is the power of the knowledge graph that puts AI to work for every single employee.
That's amazing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Amy Loki.
Thank you, CJ.
That was wonderful. Personalization, knowledge graph in action. I have a very special guest here today. I would like to welcome on stage founder, CEO, and president of Nvidia Corporation, Jensen Huang.
Doing the rounds.
Just noticed the ServiceNow green O is the same color as the Nvidia stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
They'll merge.
He was here last year.
I want ServiceNow.
Thank you, Jensen.
I want.
Wow. That is not a lively response.
He didn't get that much response on his own keynote when he was talking.
Thank you. So Jensen, last year you were here, and it was still in the early innings, early stages of AI revolution. First thing is that we are delighted to be partnering with your teams. There are, as Joe Davis shared, multiple meetings every week, and we have collaborated. We are using you for building our models, training our models, and then inferences via A100 and H100s. Fantastic collaboration between DGX, SuperPods. H100 is 6 times faster than A100. A little expensive, but 6 times faster. And then
That's another way of saying 6 times cheaper.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah. So
best for you.
Pretty awesome collaboration. And I know that's intelligent workflows. You have a high bar for your employees. You say you have to do extraordinary things to be extraordinary. How has ServiceNow rollout gone in the last 1 year at Nvidia?
Yeah, first of all, I'm delighted to be here. ServiceNow is the first enterprise software company that started working on a full stack generative AI platform.
Wow.
We're going through a major platform shift, accelerated computing and generative AI. Every layer of computing is being transformed, from the computing infrastructure, the processors, to the acceleration libraries, to pre-trained models. NVIDIA's been pivoting into this direction for some time, and it was incredible that you saw the same vision, that we saw the same vision, and worked together to do that. From pre-training the models, to aligning them, guardrailing them, optimizing them for the performance and the latency and the cost and the throughput, to the packaging of these things into microservices that we call NIM, so that you can run it in every cloud, including
Makes you
on-prem,
wonder what
to building services
impact
now.
has this
ServiceNow's
early
own
partnership had already, and what it will have in the future for ServiceNow being so tightly connected with these guys early on.
Across the entire stack, you have really reinvented ServiceNow. It's really quite amazing to see.
That's pretty awesome.
And just so everybody know, we also are built on ServiceNow.
That's correct. Thank you. Thank
Wow.
you. Thank you.
That was good to throw that in.
Every morning I wake up and the first thing I say is, I want my service now.
Okay, he's gonna keep trying, man.
And CJ just jumps
That's what happened at his keynote too.
And it bombed.
No, he's not a comedian. He's got a sense of humor, but he's not a comedian.
To cloud computing.
At least he's not talking to a room full of engineers.
No, yeah.
Really accelerated.
Yeah.
And put him up in improv somewhere.
How should our customers think about where to use AI? Not just in general, you have healthcare companies, financial services companies, manufacturing companies. life sciences, how should they think about AI and what will be possible with AI in next 2 to 4 years?
Yeah, one of the things that's really happening, CJ, is if you look at classically Moore's law advancing 10 times every 5 years, 100 times every 10 years, over the last 10 years, AI has scaled 1,000,000 times.
Damn.
First of all, you got to take a step back and ask yourself, if something is moving 1,000,000 times faster every 10 years, what should you do?
Right.
And we're talking about for the very first time, the production, the manufacturing of digital intelligence. We used to manufacture electricity. The last industrial revolution was the manufacturing of software, something that nobody understood that you could manufacture at scale, and we manufacture software at scale. And now we're manufacturing digital intelligence at scale.
Yeah.
Now, the rate at which this technology is moving is so fast. The first thing you should do is, instead of looking at the train, from the side and trying to figure out why the train is moving faster and faster, get on the train, because on the train, it's not moving that fast. When you're on the train, it doesn't move that fast. Now, of course, one of the things that you've already shown in the work that you guys are doing, one of the reasons why the technology is being adopted so quickly is because we've transitioned from instruction-driven computing, which is coding, instruction-driven computing, where very few people can do, to intention-driven computing, which is intelligence, interacting with somebody through intention. And so even if you can't express, it's very often that when I'm trying to get help, I'm not able to explain exactly what the problem is and how to express the help.
Yeah.
And so now, with ServiceNow being able to have the intelligent assistant, you don't have to be exact in how you precisely describe the problem. ServiceNow understands what the problem is. And so I think that that's really, really something to consider, that every aspect of computing is going to go from instruction-driven to intention-driven.
Yeah, and you guys have done some amazing work. We want to show you a very quick demo. As you know that Nvidia is really, really good at graphics. And for a certain class of users, they would like voice to text rather than text. So Amy, quickly we can show the demo.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay,
so
Amy.
This is a customer service example, and we know that our customers want to deliver seamless customer support, especially in the moments that matter. So imagine you're home and your Wi-Fi is moving incredibly slowly. It's down to a crawl, and you're the presenter in a critical meeting. You need service immediately. I need to contact customer support.
Come on, man, you missed your cue.
Now, normally, I do this on my mobile phone. This is a live demo, so I'm going to be talking to customer support through this headset right here.
Hi, Amy. I'm your ServiceNow assistant. How can I help you?
I'm having a hard time downloading files, and my internet is sluggish. Can you help?
I can see that your Wi-Fi service is working correctly. However, you have the 150 megabits per second package, the slowest connection speed we offer.
It's getting upsold.
You're getting upsold by a
by a
the fastest connection you have.
That's going to be $8,000 a month.
That's right.
Megabits per second, which costs $60 per month for 1 year. You can save $60 a year, 1 month for free. If you choose this service for the next 2 years.
Sounds good. I'll take that 2-year package.
I have a credit card on file and can process the upgrade right away. Is it okay if I use the credit card ending in 6304?
Yes.
Boy, they could do work on the voice though.
Yeah, on the whole, I don't know that this is a great example.
Thanks for choosing me to help you today. Have a good day.
Thank you.
It's just
Thank you very
they
much.
didn't solve a problem; they did an upsell.
That was a live demo
I
between ServiceNow,
I know.
language models,
That voice-
and NVIDIA's
No, I
digital
agree.
avatars.
Also, the assistant
Jensen
too.
tells me the teams are
And
working
also,
really
she's
hard
at home,
for certain
so
class of
who is she
users
calling?
for customer service,
Cable company?
voice to text, or
Good
text
question.
back to
Yeah, our
voice
cable company, I'm
will be
guessing.
a real thing.
You have to assume.
Yeah, I think obviously.
I'm not
there's a
sure I
lot of
get
ways to
the
get
ServiceNow
a digital
piece of it.
intelligence, and of course
Probably
text is one
AT&T
way.
because they have
In
a
the
they have
future, you'll be able to
a
interact in a whole bunch of other ways.
partnership
and
with
one
ServiceNow.
of the really interesting ways is digital humans, and so you're going to see a lot of different applications.
I mean, it's early. It's you know what, as
Can you
CJ
inspire
said,
us
it's early innings on
with
that one.
AI,
Yeah.
5-10 years out, understood the instructions.
I mean, it's a great
how
idea,
fast
but
things are moving. The cost is becoming cheaper. What
Have you
would be
ever
possible
gone to that
with
AI
AI
Trump on YouTube?
in whether
It
how
sounds
work
just
gets
like it,
done
and you know
or
it's
some
not
of the
him.
big
I
inventions
just
that
I'm
thought
hung
are
up on
still
the
not
voice.
even
It's like that
possible.
sounded like
Well, there's a whole bunch of
the
things that the
computer voice
industry is
from
working
like
on.
10
We're
years
working on
ago.
I know.
together.
Sound like
First, of course,
Microsoft.
you
It
mentioned
was
already
Microsoft
multimodality, the
Amy,
ability to
right? Or
associate
Microsoft, whatever her name was on the
information that
virtual
is
assistant, Claudia.
embedded inside different modalities, coming together so that you could find greater insight across the modalities. This is no different than cars that are using cameras and radars and lidars at the same time, trying to better perceive, better understand the environment through multimodality. That's one. Another is today most of the AIs are one shot. You prompt it with something and it generates instantly in the recommendation. In the future, AI will be multi-shot. It will be reasoning-based systems. Just as we plan through various complicated scenarios, it will do some planning itself. And so you're going to have fast-thinking AIs like we currently have. You're going to have multi-step reasoning AIs that will be coming along. These types of AIs will become increasingly agentic. And you demonstrated some early
I want to see how
examples of
it
this
spells
as well.
agentic here. There it is.
AIs that uses tools, AIs that works with other AIs, AIs that access
Well, they're already
they
doing
have
that.
privilege and access to,
They're not
access
working
control
through these
to. And so
assistants,
in the
basically.
future, AIs are going to
Right.
be like
As you said,
employees in
Adobe
our
and
companies in the
ServiceNow
sense
working,
that
both working
our
with
employees work with your
Microsoft
employees.
Copilot at
And
some
so
level.
our AIs will work with other AIs. We'll have consulting AIs, we'll have specialist AIs, we'll have generalist AIs. But one of the things that's for sure,
That implies different
ServiceNow
models
is in such a
and
great
sizes.
position because this is where our employees, is the platform of our employees. This is the operating system of our company. And I've always hoped that Nvidia would become an AI. And I now realize that what I need to do is make you an AI and we'll use ServiceNow.
Alan's right.
That's very awesome. So, Jensen, this AI revolution would have not happened if it was not for you and the teams at Nvidia, the greatest innovator. Thank you for being here, sharing your vision with our customers. Please thank Jensen
If he tries
Huang
another
for being here today
ServiceNow
and
thing,
inspiring all of us. Thank you
I
so
want my
much.
service now.
Thank you.
I want
We did it. Man, Brent calls it.
I want
Brent calls it. It's not working, Jensen. Don't even bother. It's not working.
That's the show. Thank you very much, and we'll see you again. Bye.
Wow.
All right, that went to only
Yeah,
5
12 minutes over, I think. Oh, no, from where we start, so 5 minutes over, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, let's get some thoughts in before we head to the Q&A.
Okay, Rebecca, you want to start?
Not any big surprises here. I mean, sort of ticked off the ITSM, the EX, the CX, but nothing too surprising from a product announcement perspective.
Yeah, this morning, Charlie Arouse, a friend of all of ours, did a post entitled, or did a newsletter entitled, ITSM is dead as we know it. And effectively, in part, that's what they showed, right? That the not just ITSM, I mean, a lot of other things included, but their foundational product was ITSM. It's barely mentioned at this point, other than as a component of a solution tied to the platform in combination with their end-to-end, meta platform perspective stuff. And today was more of that. But the one thing it did do, I thought, which was, I'd probably have to take as the 2 days combined so far. And it's not something I ever really thought of until a few minutes ago, really, was I really would have to say that ServiceNow, aside from retaining its title as world's largest unicorn, is a visionary company. It's not something I normally would say, to be honest. I don't like the overuse of that word because it gets overused all the time. But in their case, they've gotten beyond, look, when they were doing ITSM, let's face it, that was not a visionary anything. It wasn't even close to visionary in terms of thing. It was operational, because that's what it was. And it was mission-driven in terms of its focus. Okay, here's what we're going to do. As a company, they were very mission-driven. And Fred, and John Dono later and others, they were mission driven. This is both vision and mission, and it is applied vision and mission. Really, I mean, in other words, they've actually figured out how to take the vision and turn it into reality. So it's really impressive because this is foundational stuff that we're seeing, and we've seen it for the 2 days in combination with a whole framework of not just the company moving forward as they care to, and sort of a stake in the ground in terms of who they are. And by the way, Jensen Huang's comment about they were the first enterprise company to do this, right, was pretty impressive. So all in all, I think they've fundamentally established their place here in terms of a genuine, not just one of the big six, but kind of one of the leaders in the market at this point. Now, there's still other things to do and places to go. Obviously.
Yeah, you know what I would have loved to have seen is a little bit more about the impact stuff.
Yeah,
because they're really the only ones today that have that solution that allows customers to actually measure the value of what they're getting from the platform and see how they can get more use out of it. And I think that's one of those things that they could make more of.
Yeah, and you know what? Actually, let me find one final thing, and then Brent, I'll leave it to you. On that, and that actually does point out something that they didn't emphasize in the 2 keynotes, which they should have emphasized, because that's their, of course, that was the impact, was sort of the reformulation of customer success, which they were the best at to begin with anyway, right? But it was a much greater program than that. Aaron Fulkerson put it together. I actually worked with him a lot on it. And but that also brings to mind, thanks to what you just said, on a different level, no discussion of their public service. Absolutely none.
That's
not
true.
a single thing. And that's a big mistake, actually. Sorry I didn't think about that sooner, but that's a big mistake. I mean, I think the only thing that was even vaguely public service-y was Bill McDermott talking about faster time to vaccines, but that was more an operational approach to faster time to vaccines, as opposed to, hi, we're actually trying to make the world better. Contrast that with Oracle a few weeks ago, when Larry, a few months ago, rather, when Larry Ellison did at Cloud World did his thing about the best speech he ever gave. And one of the big pieces of what he did was, here's how Oracle's helping to help the world. Right, which was fantastic in terms of what they're doing, and still got across. We scale, we're big, we do this, we're still got it across. So I think that's, thank you for triggering me on this one, Rebecca. If I'm looking at I'd say the biggest missing piece, it's that. Other than that, incredibly impressive with where they've come, where they've been, where they've come, and where they're going.
Yeah, I'll definitely keep it short because I think we have to go. I'm just gonna focus in on the fact that they were early in this partnership with Nvidia, and I don't know if, the Microsoft OpenAI partnership gets a lot of attention, and because it's more general and it's, I guess, and maybe even further wide ranging, but from an enterprise perspective, I think this ServiceNow Nvidia partnership could be just as significant from an enterprise perspective as,
if not more.
As the OpenAI Microsoft one. And then just another thought is, this is just another example of, speaking of Microsoft, just another example of how smart they have been with this partnership with OpenAI, and really being early to have all these other companies integrate with their their whole I guess it was Dynamics, but now it's just generally Copilot. Is you look at what they showed us here with their ServiceNow and or Now Assist and the Microsoft partnership, and then I just think about what Adobe is doing, and these are deep integrations that allow these Microsoft chatbot to really interact with some really interesting things, like what's going on with ServiceNow, what's going on with Adobe. Two completely different kind of things, but it just makes the reach of what Microsoft is doing with their Copilot stuff that much more dramatic. And so I think, I think we're going to look back at, well, I know they announced the ServiceNow Nvidia partnership last year, but from last year to this year, seeing what they're doing and kind of the potential, I think it's going to have a dramatic impact on the industry overall. And ServiceNow is really going to have an opportunity to be the fastest mover amongst all the enterprises.
Yeah, they're market leader. They're really moved into a market leading position now. I mean, they're actually getting there.
Alan is like on a roll here.
Yeah, he is. Well,
Thanks, Alan.
Look, he's one of the brightest guys I think I've ever met.
Come on, he's still a Jets fan.
Well, see, here's the deal. I'm a New Yorker, and I'm not against the Jets. I mean, I love all New York teams. They just have preferences within. Right, that's all. So I don't hold that against them. I'm hoping Giants aren't going to the Super Bowl. I don't know about the Jets either, but right now I'm focused on the Knicks and the Rangers and the Yankees anyway. So,
hey, one last question for Rebecca. No Patrick pick yet?
All right. She was literally prepared. She was prepared.
And we're going to go to the full screen if there's a Patrick.
Oh, yeah. All right. Bring it in. Oh, my God.
Yeah. There it is. That's one of those, all right, mommy, it's time to come home. Look.
That is like every day his expression is getting a little more stern with you.
Speaking of stern, I guess we better be stern. Well, we don't have to be stern.
We're okay.
We just have to go.
Yeah.
All in all, really interesting both days with these keynotes, but we still got stuff to go to. So
it's exciting. I look, I'm heading out. I'm not attending a lot of conferences down the road, but you know what? I'm glad I'm here. I really am. I mean, aside from seeing you guys,
we are too, Paul.
Well, ultimately, personally, I'm really.
Do you want your service?
I'm not going to fall for that. There's no way I'm saying that. That thing bombed. That joke bombed so badly.
But he tried 3 times.
I know. And he doesn't give up. That's his credit, I guess. The guy's persistent.
Oh, one last thing before we go. We have a special. It probably won't be live stream, but we have a special CRM Playaz thing coming up because it's with somebody that we've been knowing for years and have been working with for years and never met for years until he's now at ServiceNow.
Yeah, and it's now. By the way, it's public. It was announced this morning.
Okay,
it was announced this morning. I saw it. He announced it this morning, and I saw it. So Brent and I are going to be doing a CRM Playaz exclusive with Colin Fleming, who you might have known at Salesforce as EVP and head of sales and GM, but head of Salesforce Plus, and also like the driver of the whole thing. He's now CMO here at ServiceNow, and to be honest, they couldn't have made a better hire, man. What a great hire. The thing with him is operationally incredible. He is a public face and we've had him on what? Three times? Yeah, 3 times on CRM Playaz, and he is a genuine, innovative, visionary CMO, right? And was a Red Bull Formula 1 race car driver.
And when you think about it, it's a very logical hire for ServiceNow with all that they're doing. So.
Oh, perfect. When we found out about it, which is obviously before all public thing, we found out.
We weren't supposed to find out when we.
No, we found out by accident because his name was included on an invite to something we are actually filming with Nick today later on. So we found out by accident, but we were both like over the moon about it. It was just fantastic.
Anyway, that'll be later. For the meantime, I'm Brent Leary.
I'm Paul Greenberg.
I'm Rebecca Wetterman.
And she already showed you Patrick. So. And we will see you all later.